Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to discuss the update in the tragic and devastating case of the Kyoto Animation arson attack, one of the most horrific crimes in recent Japanese history. The man charged with the 2019 fatal arson attack on Kyoto Animation Studio has officially dropped his appeal to overturn his death sentence. The Japanese High Court confirmed this decision on Tuesday, finalizing his death penalty verdict. This brings to a close a lengthy legal battle over one of the country's worst mass murders, a crime that shocked not only Japan but the world. Shinji Aoba, 46, was sentenced to death in January 2024 by the Kyoto District Court for the attack that claimed the lives of 36 people at Kyoto Animation, a studio renowned internationally for its high-quality animation work. The court found Aoba mentally competent to be held accountable for his actions, despite his claims of mental illness during the trial. Let's look at the attack and its impact. The attack took place on the morning of July 18, 2019, at Kyoto Animation's Studio 1 building in the Fushimi ward of Kyoto. The building, filled with creative professionals, was a place of passion, collaboration, and artistic expression. Aoba entered the studio with about 40 liters of gasoline, carrying out a brutal attack that would leave 36 people dead and 34 others injured. The fire destroyed most of the materials, computers, and irreplaceable works in the building, devastating both the studio and its employees. The scale of this tragedy is staggering. This arson attack stands as one of the deadliest mass murders in Japan since World War II. It is also the deadliest building fire the country has experienced since the Myojo 56 building fire in 2001. But more than that, this was the first time such a horrific event occurred at a studio associated with the entertainment industry, particularly the animation industry, which has such a passionate fan base worldwide. Aoba, who had no affiliation with Kyoto Animation, entered the building and doused several employees with gasoline before setting it alight. As the fire spread rapidly, he was heard shouting, "Die!" while continuing to pour gasoline on victims, setting them on fire in the process. Witnesses later reported that some victims, their clothes burning, ran out into the street, engulfed in flames. Inside the building, employees were trapped by the growing inferno. Tragically, 20 victims were found on the stairs, seemingly attempting to escape the flames. These heartbreaking images of employees trying to flee have stayed with many to this day, showing the desperation and hopelessness they faced. Aoba himself was also set on fire during the attack, but managed to flee. However, two quick-thinking Kyoto Animation employees gave chase, and he collapsed on the street not far from the building. He was apprehended by the police shortly after. In addition to the gasoline, multiple unused knives were found near the scene, but it is unclear what role they played in the attack. When questioned during his transport to the hospital, Aoba admitted to starting the fire as an act of revenge, accusing Kyoto Animation of ripping off his novels. Initially, company president Hideaki Hata stated that there was no record of Aoba submitting any work to their annual writing contest. However, it was later revealed that Aoba had, in fact, submitted a draft novel, but it had failed to pass the studio's first stage assessment. Kyoto Animation also confirmed that the contents of his draft bore no resemblance to any of their published works. In the aftermath of the attack, Aoba sustained severe burns and was transferred to a hospital in Osaka for treatment. His injuries were life-threatening, but after months of treatment, including skin graft surgery, he regained speech by September 2019 and began rehabilitation by October. While he was recovering, the police had to wait until doctors confirmed that he could withstand confinement before he could be arrested. Aoba was arrested in May 2020, more than 10 months after the attack, on suspicion of murder and other offenses. He was formally indicted in December 2020 and pled guilty to the charges in September 2023. The court sentenced him to death in January 2024. Kyoto Animation, known for producing beloved anime such as The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, K-On!, and Clannad, has shown incredible strength in the face of this tragedy. In the year leading up to the attack, the studio had received over 200 anonymous death threats. While it is unclear whether these threats were connected to the incident, Kyoto Animation took the threat seriously and informed the police. In the wake of the attack, fans and businesses from around the world raised over 3.3 billion yen in Japan and more than 2.3 million US dollars internationally to support the studio and its employees. Kyoto Animation's resilience in the face of such an overwhelming loss has inspired many. The Japanese National Diet passed a special measure to make donations to the studio tax-exempt, offering some relief in the midst of the studio's efforts to recover. Despite the tragic impact on its operations, Kyoto Animation has managed to continue producing content, and it remains a beloved studio in the animation world. However, the emotional scars left by this tragedy are deep, and the survivors and families of the victims continue to face the long road to healing. The Kyoto Animation arson attack is more than just a crime. It was an act of unimaginable cruelty that affected not only the studio's employees, but also the global animation community. It serves as a somber reminder of the consequences of unchecked anger and the importance of mental health awareness. The victims' lives, as well as the lives of the survivors, have been irrevocably altered. This event also raised questions about the security of creative spaces, where people go to share their passion and create art. It's essential that we honor the memories of those who were lost and support those who are left behind as they rebuild their lives. Thank you for watching this update on the Kyoto Animation case. If you found this video informative, please consider subscribing to our channel. We will continue to cover updates on this case and other important stories. Your support means a great deal to us as we strive to keep the memory of the victims alive and share the stories of those affected by such tragedies.